It's one of the most exciting days on the calendar. Football is back. What you got for us, my man?
And a beautiful day out, Kyle. It's a little bit chilly, but the sun beating down, it feels good. Now the question entering this game, to play or not to play their $188 million man, Micah Parsons. Honestly, it's just an ongoing celebration of what Love accomplished last week and arguably his best game of his career up against his mentor, Aaron Rodgers. He outshined him. It's already the latest into a season that Green Bay hasn't won away from home, dating all the way back to 2018 when the Pack started, get this, an abysmal 0-7 on the road. Still dealing with that joint sprain in his back, but he dominated. 3 pressures, a sack. His head coach Matt LaFleur said after the game, he just has a different aura about him. When you think of a 14-year-old athlete, you think of middle school competition, playing every sport under the sun, or even first learning how to play a sport. But for Neenah native Jack Brooks, he's racing well beyond his years. Last season, your first NFL game, you said you spent a pretty penny getting your family out to Chicago, a good 30, 40 people.
Oh, yeah.
I assume that won't be the case in Brazil?
No, nobody's going to Brazil.
When asked about this underdog mentality and this average Joe mentality that the Brewers take into every single game, Snell put it bluntly, I'm not falling for the average Joes. They're good. They have the best record in all of baseball, so that's how I'm approaching it.
This was an albatross on the back of this defense.
You mentioned albatross. Well, on a par 4, Micah Parsons would have had a birdie today. 3 sacks, first one of his career. That's kind of shocking to think about. If Parsons takes down Flacco, I mean, this is ridiculous to think about. It'll be the 26th different quarterback that he sacked. Again, this guy is just in year 5. And Kyle Carson, I'll say one thing, little behind the scenes, behind the curtain for you. When I was watching Micah Parsons arrive with this suitcase, he was wearing all black. You know what that means in the sports world. You're a defensive player, you show up in all black, you're ready for a funeral. So Parsons looking forward to getting to Flacco, a guy that has evaded him thus far. We'll see if that continues here at Huntington Big Field. On a lighter note, this game between the Packers and Cardinals, it holds extra meaning for a guy who will be playing, and that's cornerback Bo Melton. If you remember, a year ago, he faced off against his brother at Lambeau Field when Arizona visited Green Bay. The 2 of them on the field, swapping jerseys, Bo with the number 80 and Max with the number 16. Now, your follow-up question would be, they weren't the only 2 celebrating. The family did as well. These are their 2 parents rocking the dual custom jerseys. Bo's 80 on the front, Max's 16 on the back. Now in the offseason when Bo made the move from wide receiver to cornerback, he ended up switching his number to match his brother's number 16. So of course the fashion would have to change for the family, and that's exactly what they did. I was speaking with Vicky Melton, Bo and Max's mom, earlier in the week, and these are the jerseys that the parents will be wearing, rocking number 16. How cool is that? Kind of a split down the middle as Bo and Max will be in a celebratory mood facing off against each other once again. So it's not just a family affair on the football field, it's a family affair in fashion as well. Usually the feeling around week 1 is far from absolute. You can't make any drastic determinations with so much football ahead and everyone getting back into the swing of things. But for a second straight game against another top 5 offense from last season, Green Bay's defense showed maybe it's time to start thinking of them as elite. The Pack registered 4 more sacks and again allowed just 3 first-half points in a 27-18 statement win over the Commanders in prime time.
Relentless, just physical, aggressive, attacking. The play style is exactly what we want from these guys.
We're running to the ball, we're playing fast, trusting each other, communicating. That just makes you hard to beat, you know what I mean? As long as we just keep doing that every week and challenging ourselves to keep up with that same energy and effort, we're going to be a hard team to beat.
We playing as one, and the crowd get us into the game. So I appreciate the crowd too, but we playing hell of a ball as a defense right now, and that's what half preach, and that's just what we're going to keep doing.
Tight end Tucker Kraft also darted his way
wide open, making the catch
into a career day. 6 catches, 124 yards, and a touchdown for a player who, after the game, had only one thing on his mind.
We got practice on Monday, I guess. Hopefully I can keep stacking games like that. It's the first time I've ever gotten over 100 yards, including in college. I'm excited.
Go Pack, go! Green and gold all the way. Love you guys.
Elites, great guy,
great human being. You know, this is not a surprise. This is work that he's putting in on a daily basis.
That's who Tuck is every day. You know, he comes in and puts that work in, and, you know, in practice every day he's making those big-time plays, and he's very consistent right now. So Tuck's a guy that's going to have a big year.
But the night wasn't just filled with cheers and Lambeau leaps and bad news back in the first quarter. Jaden Reed left with what was then diagnosed as a fractured collarbone. He's headed for injured reserve, and the hope is that he will play again this season, expected to be back in around 6 to 8 weeks.
It's sad, man, because, man, he brings all the energy. He's literally the juice guy. He's so positive in here. You know, he keeps that wide receiver room together. So that's a big loss for us. Like, that's a big loss for us. I hope somebody, you know, especially in that room, step up.
As for a bird's eye outlook of the start of this season, the Packers 2-0 for the first time since 2020, already taken down 2 teams that made the playoffs a year ago, but it's no longer home cooking for Green Bay as they look ahead to a pair of road trips to Cleveland and Dallas before the bye week rolls around. Reporting at Lambeau Field, Cameron Ezeir, Local 5 Sports.